This is the Lockpicking Lawyer, and I am continuing my series on 40mm aluminum padlocks with this lock, the ABUS Model 83 AL40. The ABUS Series 83 padlocks is really a broad product line with everything from this tiny little 40mm aluminum padlock to the 8380, a huge hardened steel lock that you may recognize from my video 210. Even beyond that, there's a closed shackle version of this that I do not have that's even beefier. What these locks have in common is they all share a very, very similar core. In fact, the cores in these two locks are nearly identical. And the reason I have the big brother to the 8340 out is the 8340, actually both of these locks, came zero bitted from the factory. So as I was making this video, I had to pin this lock up, and I wanted to explain one of my decisions in pinning it up. Both of these have 6-pin cores. However, I only put 5 pins in here, and I wanted to explain why. The larger lock, the 8380, came with 6 security driver pins from the factory, and it also came with the ABUS 6-pin key blank for the lock, clearly anticipating that you would want 6 pins in the core. The 83 AL40, however, came with a 5-pin blank and only came with 5 driver pins from the factory. So if I were to pin it up with 6, I would actually have to add my own security pins to it, and I wasn't prepared to do that. At the end of the day, it's really not going to make a difference for our rankings because this ABUS is not going to crack the upper tier of locks here. In any case, let's take a look at this lock. You can see we have a Schlage SC keyway. It is not paracentric. You can see we have a line right from the top to the bottom of the keyway here, and it's not going to require any sort of special pick to open. I usually use a 25 thousandths standard hook while opening these up. So let's do that now. I'm going to use top of the keyway tension with a 40 thousandths pry bar and my Peterson standard hook in 25 thousandths. Okay, number 1 is binding. Got a click out of him. Another click, went to a false set. Number 2 is giving some counter rotation. I think we got him set. Number 3, little counter rotation, got him set. Number 4, same thing, got him set. And 5 opened us up. Okay, so let's take this lock apart and I will show you what's inside. Like all of these other locks, this comes apart with a Phillips screw down the shackle hole. And as I took this apart, the Z-bar came out, and I will show you this right now. Okay, this tiny little Z-bar can be put in 2 different configurations. If you have that black dot showing, the lock will be key retaining. If you flip it over so the black dot is facing down, it will be non-key retaining. It's a really nice little feature that allows you to change the configuration of the lock. To start taking it apart, I need to remove this C-clip. And a key and a follower should open it up now. Okay, you can see the colored pins here. That's because they came out of a pinning kit, actually my pinning kit. So These are not factory ABIS pins, but they look exactly like the ones that you get from the factory where this is 0-bitted. Let me arrange these. And let's pull the driver pins out now. Okay, number 1 is lightly serrated. 2 is a spool. 3 is a spool. 4 is a spool. And 5 is a spool. And these are all the pins that you got from the factory with this lock. Okay, so let's talk about points. This lock does not get any points for having a paracentric keyway. It does not require a special pick to open. The core does not have any security pins. It's not bypassable, so we don't lose any points there. And it's not a 6-pin lock, so we don't get any points there. What we do get points for are our 5 security pins. So that gives it 5 points, the same number as the ABIS 7240 and our 2 master locks. So where am I going to rank this in that series of 5-point locks? I'm going to put it at the top of it. I do that because this takes a full-size key. It makes you pick a little bit deeper, which makes picking just a tiny bit harder. None of those locks have paracentric keyways, so they're all pretty much on the same footing there. So I just give that little bit of an edge to the ABIS 83AL40. Let me give you a close-up of all of this now. Okay, we can see all of our key pins are standard. Those are the ones that I put in, but they're pretty much the exact same as what came in there from the factory when it was 0-bitted. Then for driver pins, we have a lightly serrated pin in slot 1, and then 4 spools in slots 2 through 5. Moving over to the core, nothing really unusual about this. You can see no counter milling of any kind and no drill protection in here. Okay, that's all I have for you on this ABIS 83AL40. If you have any questions or comments about this lock, please put them below. If you liked this video and would like to see more like it, please subscribe. And as always, have a nice day. Thank you.